Welcome, sports junkies. I am Brandon Green.
And I'm Jay King.
And welcome to another week's edition of Double Play, your number one sports show in Southeast Oklahoma.
Let's talk about the football team. Homecoming was this past weekend. We faced Southern Nazarene, the Crimson Storm, and we stormed all over them, I believe.
Yeah, it started looking a little bit uneasy at first when the Crimson Storm ended up getting an early touchdown, but pretty much from then on, it was all Savage Storm.
45-14 was the final score. Our rushing game was really what you want to talk about. We rushed for 332 yards. So usually we've been talking about CB Cantwell getting out there. Devlin Wortham rushed for 213 yards. CB Cantwell only had 161 passing yards, so we were just shoving it down the Crimson Storm's throat. Ronnie Green was almost there to a 100-yard outing. He finished with 99 yards, but you know what? He's probably not going to complain much because he scored 3 touchdowns. And as I said, CB Cantwell didn't have as many passing yards, but he was still very efficient and very accurate. He went 16 for 20, so that's 80% of his passing.
What more can you ask from the junior QB?
He really understands this offense. And again, CB found all the receivers on the team. He hit 8 different receivers.
I really like how the coaching staff uses their game plan of spreading the entire offense out, really hitting them with the running backs, but when it comes to the passing game, use all the tools that you have. I really like what Southeastern is doing there.
The defense allowed 206 rushing yards. That's kind of doesn't sound all that good, but if you were there for the game, you noticed that Southern Nazarene, all they did was run. They had nothing else in their arsenal. They only passed for 107 yards.
That's not good.
With their rushing yards, though, Southern Nazarene did lead in the time of possession, having the ball for 31 minutes. Again, Southeastern was penalized quite a few times, 12 times for 106 yards, but it doesn't really seem to affect them as they scored 45 points again. That's 3 out of 4 games they have scored into the 40s.
Southeastern came into this game 2-1 for the first time in Coach Atterbury's tenure over here at Southeastern. So now they're at
tenure, not 10 years.
So now they're at 3-1.
First time ever.
So let's see what the Southeastern Savage Storm can do with this 3-1 record and see how it builds on throughout the rest of the season.
4-1, 5-1, and what else?
6-1.
And another one.
And another one. And another one.
Southeastern's next game is at Southwestern Oklahoma State, SWASU, as they say, this Saturday, October 1st at 2 p.m. If you can't be there, you can listen live at GoSoutheastern.com. Hit the football and hit audio, and there it is.
We understand that can be a long drive. It's over in Weatherford, Oklahoma, so make sure that you're going on to GoSoutheastern.com to see that.
Just do it!
In other Southeastern athletic news, what do we got, Brandon?
Going on in volleyball, Friday, September 30th, the volleyball team will be playing Southwestern Oklahoma State at 7 p.m. here at home. And then Saturday, October 1st, they're going to be playing Northwestern Oklahoma State at 1 p.m. at home. And the women's cross-country team will be going to the Rimrock Farm Collegiate Classic Saturday, October 1st. That's going to be in Lawrence, Kansas.
Drive. Men and women's tennis this Saturday and Sunday, October 1st and 2nd, will be playing at the ITA Regional Championships. That's in Oklahoma City.
Good luck to both teams.
Don't swing if it's not in the strike zone. Where's the strike zone?
Strike 2.
Right there.
So sad news in the world of the MLB. If you're a fan of the MLB, you've heard this or you at least know this player.
Jose Fernandez, he's one of the best young players in the game, 24 years old, was already in the NL Cy Young Award talks. He had an under 3 ERA for the season, and
came back strong from Tommy John surgery, which no one does.
And kid can rake also for a pitcher, that meaning he can hit home runs. Well, early Sunday morning, around 3 a.m., I think it was, the Coast Guard found a boat that he was on with 2 other men upside down. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Just sad news, and it really shook up the entire sporting world, not just baseball, but the sports world in general. And so when we heard about this, it was just a moment of shock.
The Marlins had canceled their game that day. Many teams took his jersey and hung it up in their dugout, and every MLB game that was played that day held a moment of silence for him.
Dee Gordon went over to the mound where they put it, the 16, which was Jose Fernandez's number. They put it in the mound, and Dee Gordon went over there, and he couldn't control his emotions. If you saw the pictures, it breaks your heart.
And the Marlins have announced now that they are going to retire the number 16 in Jose Fernandez's memory.
But here's the cool thing that they're going to be doing. This is what they already did. They did this last Monday. The Miami Marlins, every single player on the Miami Marlins wore number 16 for their game. That's the last time that any Marlins player will wear number 16.
But to end this show, we're going to leave you off with a little bit of light news.
Yep, we have the sports dunce of the week. That's what I'm smelling, and this time it comes from a famous New York Giants wide receiver.
Odell Beckham can't seem to control his emotions when he plays Josh Norman, right?
No, he can't.
Or is it Josh Norman can't control his? Either way, they're going to get into it.
Yes.
And it's great to see. So after going out on the field, doing their thing, getting agitated, Odell gets so frustrated, he walks onto the sidelines, and he takes his helmet, and all of his frustration is in this helmet, and it hits the kicking net. But little do you know, this kicking net is not going to take any punishment from Odell Beckham.
Finish him!
The kicking net came back around with the left counter hook, and it knocked...
Decked him right in the face.
Decked him right in the jaw, and then Beckham's like, get out of here, and pushes the net aside.
Well, after he did that, the camera pans on him. He was crying. I don't know if he was crying because he was hitting the head that hard by the kicking net, or he was just that upset during the game because the Giants ended up losing.
That's another week of Double Play in the books. Double Play is produced by U92 FM in the Department of Art, Communication, and Theater at Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
Like us on Facebook, U92 FM. We upload all of our content on there. We've got our show, we have Pop Quiz, we have The Stamp, and we have Tag. If you want to know what these things are, go to our Facebook, like it, and click those links and watch our videos. Well, it looks like our time has been called to come out of the bullpen, so we're going to leave you this week and join us next week for Double Play.